guys, it's your girl Deanna. So it's about 1:30 in the morning right now, and I am sleepy, but I'm not at the same time. So when I'm sleepy but not at the same time, I want to make videos. So today's video is actually going to be a story of something that happened to me a few weeks ago. That is not necessarily something I am proud of, but I figure this will get a lot of views. So I'm going to tell you guys a story. It's story time with D. Yeah. So this all starts about 3 weeks ago when I'm coming back home from spending time with family down in Texas. My best friend, Lexi, invites me to come with her to her beach house for the weekend, and you know, I have to get a new bathing suit because I've grown in a year. So the night before we're leaving, my mom sends me a link to this post that she has on her Facebook wall of a friend of hers talking about, you know, modesty and bikinis and, you know, all that they're, you know, not really good for girls, like self-esteem and, you know, how you're portraying yourself when you're out in public and you're around the male species. And of course, that post was supposed to, you know, kind of show me that wearing more modest swimwear is, you know, the appropriate and the right thing to do. Not just because, you know, I'm supposed to be covering my body up, but because I'm supposed to be helping my brother in Christ and, you know, just making sure that I show myself appropriately. I have a conversation with my mom, like maybe 2 or 3 days. Oh no, not 2 or 3 days, because it's the next day. I have a conversation with my mom that night, and I'm telling her, when we go to the beach, Lexi and I are going to buy swimsuits, and I'll have my tankini top, and I'll just buy a pair of swim shorts, and I'll send her a picture. Because, you know, she was like, I need to know what you're wearing. I got to see what you're buying so that I know that it's right. And if you don't buy the right thing, you can't go or you're gonna get in trouble. So I buy the swim shorts, send the picture to my mom. She's like, yay, those are cute. Woo, it's all good. Well, I had the bright idea the very next day to buy an actual bikini because I really wanted one, and I was annoyed at the fact that I couldn't wear what kind of bathing suit I wanted because I was like, you know, I can still be modest with it. I'll just put a little wrap around my body so it's not, you know, too revealing. And I just want to be cute. I like bikinis. I don't like tankinis that much because I feel like I'm wearing a tent. I mean, I know it's not a burkini, but still, standing next to friends who got bikinis on and then I'm in a tankini and I'm just like, really? Really? So after minutes of me, you know, convincing myself that, hey, you can do your thing, you can be independent, you can show her that, you know, you can do this and still be modest and a good, godly girl in a cute bikini, and, you know, you're not going to get condemned by God for this. All these things are going on in my mind as I'm purchasing the bikini, and I'm just like, yes, I'm almost 17, I can do this. Yes! Get it, Deanna. Work. Yes, right now. We get home, we change, we bike over to the shore, and Lexi and I were probably on the beach for about 15 minutes trying to tan. Now, I know I'm black. I don't tan. Lexi was tanning. I was trying to achieve perfect mocha-ness, so don't judge me. So, we're at the beach, lying on our towels, like laying in the sun, feeling good, jamming the music, watching seagulls and whatnot. Like, we're having a great time. And Lexi gets a text from her grandmother saying, Lexi, can you have Deanna call her mom? So Lexi's looking at me, and I'm looking at her, and I'm like, well, I have to call her. I can't just, like, you know, not call. So I pick up the phone, dollar number, call, and I'm like, hey, mommy, how you doing? And she's asking me about school because I had a test that evening. I'm homeschooled. School is basically year-round for me. I had a math test to take. And she was just making sure that I was prepared and ready to take it. And then a wave crashes in the background. And she's like, where are you? And I'm like, I'm at the beach. And she's like, oh, you should take some pictures so I can see you in your swimsuit. Right here is where I knew things have gone terribly wrong. Like, abort all missions. It is over, done deal. At this moment, I'm literally running through every possible thing I can say to get her to not think about asking me to take a picture in my swimsuit because I'm wearing a bikini bottom and I ain't got no black shorts on like I said I had. Like, oh my word, my mom's about to backhand me through the phone if she sees this picture of my disrespectful, disobedient self. What have I done to my life? So my stupid self is like, oh no, Mom, you don't want to see my swimsuit. It's so dirty and ugh, I don't like it. And she's like, what do you mean it's dirty? And I'm like, I didn't have time to wash it before we left, and I just don't like how it looks on my body. Yeah, I can just send you one later. And you know that's when my mom's like, she's lying, alarm is buzzing really hard. Like, it's probably breaking off the meter. Like, Deanna's telling a lie, you better get her right now. No, she's doing wrong. What are you doing? So my mom does that, like, you know, that typical black mom thing where she's like, like she literally said, are you wearing a bikini right now, Deanna? And I'm sitting here like,
Bikini? What? No. No, I am not wearing no bikini.
and she does that guilt trip thing, like, you know, the one where your mom tries to give you a chance to tell the truth and you don't take it. And she's like, well, I know you wouldn't do something like that, so I just have to have faith in you, but send me a picture. And I'm like, okay, I'll send you a picture. So my mom's like, well, I'm gonna let you go so you can send me this picture. It better take only a minute because I'll know that you tried to go home and change if it takes like 10 minutes. And I was like, oh no, I'll send you this picture, really? Mute. Now, this part of the story, I don't think my mom actually knows. I didn't tell her this. I'm so sorry, Mom. In an effort to save my life, put my mother on mute as I'm talking to her. So it sounds like the phone cut off, but I wanted it to seem like something happened before it hung up because I didn't want to just hang up because she would have known Deanna just hung up on me. No, I muted it first. I let her be like, Deanna, and I'm like, mommy. And then I hit end and I said, Lexi, I got to go. And she's like, what? Where are you going? I said, I gotta go. I literally turned off her phone, told her, do not turn this phone on until I get back. Because if you turn on this phone and my mother calls and I'm not here, so I basically throw the phone at her. I jump up, run all the way to our bikes, unlock the thing, and bike as hard as I possibly can down the road, up a hill, around a corner, all the way back to her beach house, which I did in under 120 seconds. I was biking like my life, because it depended on it. I was Lance Armstronging it, literally. So I get to Lexi's house. I'm basically scraping all the skin off my feet because I have no shoes on. I'm sliding into her driveway of hot rocks. And I throw her bike down, run in the house, get changed, run back out, get on my bike, and I'm pedaling down the road trying to get back because my mom said she would have known I had changed clothes if I had gotten back, like if I had sent her the picture after 10 minutes. She ain't saying nothing about 5. So my brain was like, as long as you make it back under 5 minutes, you're in the safe zone because she won't know. She'll just classify it as a, a drop call. You're in the safe zone. No, that was a lie from Satan. Satan. Everything that happens from this point on is only because of God. Like, literally, there is no other explanation for what I'm about to tell you right now. Now, the way Lexi's little Oak Island beach house is set up, she's about, 2 streets. If you're driving down her road, you have to drive past 2 little streets, or actually, I think it's 3. 3 streets on your right side before you make a right turn that leads you down the road, that takes you down the hill, that leads you straight to the beach. I miscalculated how many streets I had gone past on my bike. So I'm biking, right? And I'm like looking at the streets and I see a turn and it looks familiar. Mind you, I've only been in Oak Island twice. I don't know how to navigate this place. So I'm riding my bike and I look to my right and I'm like, oh, that's the turn. Okay, gotta go. Because it looks like you're going down a hill. And I'm thinking, oh, that's the street. That's the hill that I'm supposed to be going down. No, there was no hill. So I make the right turn and I'm biking and I'm biking and I'm looking at these houses and I'm like, I don't think I passed that before. And I'm biking and I'm biking. I'm like, why is there no hill here? What is this? Where am I? And that's when it hit me. I made the wrong turn. At this point, I'm like, okay, maybe I just turned a street early because, on the right street that you're supposed to be on, there's another little turn that takes you to the street next to it that you're probably on, so you can just make a little left turn and get back on the street you're supposed to get on. So I see a little left turn and I'm like, I'm back in the same zone. Yeah. No. No. I make this left turn and I get on the street and I make another right turn so that I'm going down, which I think is a hill. Ain't no hill. Ain't no hill. Just confusion and despair everywhere. So now I'm biking down another wrong street. And I'm just like, well, this is my third option. Why don't I just keep riding this out until I get to the main street, which is an intersection I have to cross in order to get down the little hill that takes me to the beach. And I'm like, oh, you'll be okay. You may be there at like maybe 7 minutes, but you'll still be safe. Again, I am wrong. So I get to the intersection and I'm seeing these cars drive past and I'm looking down the left, I'm looking down the right, and I'm trying to see a little part of the street that looks familiar to me. Like, when we cross with Lexi, there are certain landmarks that are like, oh, okay, I remember that. I didn't see any of that when I was by myself. So I cross the intersection. I make a left turn because I figure if I turn left, since that's basically where the beach is supposed to be, I'll ride my way down this intersection and I'll find the little turn that leads to the beach that I'm supposed to be, like the part of the beach that I'm supposed to be on, so I can get back to Lexi and I don't die and ruin my entire summer. Well, I'm riding, all these cars are behind me, and I'm just like, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna be stuck in Oak Island forever. No one's gonna find me. Mama! Mama! Well, again, I see another turn that looks close to what I think is the turn I'm supposed to be on. So I turn down there because I see the ocean line, and I'm like, okay, I'll just follow the beach and I'll figure out how to get back to Lexi. So I turn down this lane, right? And going down the little shoreline and stuff, and I'm looking at all these beach houses and the little gas stations and stuff, and I'm like, I am nowhere near Lexi. Like, nowhere at all. There is nothing I'm seeing that reminds me of anywhere I was ever at with Lexi. So my bright idea is to take my bike as far as I can up to the actual beach, and I put my bike down and I run onto the actual shore, and I go running up and down the coast looking for Alexia, because I am super duper lost, and I know by now it's been 15 minutes. I'm already dead meat. I just don't care at this point. I just want to find my best friend so this nightmare can be over. So I didn't find her. Had to run back, get my bike. Some very nice person actually put it on a little bike stand because I threw it in the sand. Thank you, whoever that was. I grabbed my bike and I'm biking up and down the street again, and I'm yelling at myself like, why did you do this, Deanna, you stupid person? I hate you. All this is aimed at myself. I get back up the street that takes me to the intersection that I got so lost on. Guess what? I forgot which turn to take to get back on the road that takes me to Lexi's house. Like, the wrong turn I made to get to the intersection where I was, I forgot how to get back to that wrong turn. Yeah, that happened. So, I'm driving up the intersection again, and I see a street that has a number on it. I think it says N40. Lexi lives on number streets in Oak Island. Like, they don't really have many name streets, they have numbers. So I figured if I drive really far on this number, maybe I'll come to the turn where I'm supposed to take to get back to Lexi. Again, I am so wrong. At this point, I'm getting a tad bit frantic because it's now been almost 25-30 minutes since I was last with Lexi. Mind you, she's on the beach by herself. Again, bad person. I left my best friend by herself on the beach. She's 16. What is wrong with me? Ugh. I'm driving down the street. I'm biking down the street, and I figure, okay, maybe I can go call someone and, use their phone and call Lexi and let her know, okay, I'm lost, come find me. Ugh. Long story short, I found a really nice guy on the side of the road who was standing outside, let me use his cell phone like a gentleman. I stood in the street so he couldn't grab me and take me in his house and do something bad. Called mom, of course she already knew, and I apologized and explained to her my terrible reasoning. I also called Lexi, let her know where I was, and she was like, girl, where are you? I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And she told her grandma where I was. Her grandma came, had me follow her on the bike. We went and picked up Lexi, and oh my gosh, guys, it was absolutely terrible. I hope you enjoyed my tale of stupidity. And the moral of this story is, children, do not go behind your parents' back and buy bikinis. You will never, ever get out of that okay. Bye guys, like this video and share it if you enjoyed it, and comment below on anything else you'd like for me and Lexi to talk about next time we make a video, and bye.